Today I'm going to show you how to send a shipment into Amazon, as well as how to add inventory on Amazon, and I've got a tip for you that saved me a lot of money when shipping stuff into Amazon. So my name is Adam Fisher, and the whole goal of this channel is to get you to your first $5,000 a month on Amazon. If that's something you're interested in, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. So first things before you create a shipment is you need to add every product you want to send into your inventory. So I'm going to show you on these one product here, these Insignia CD players that I made over $2,000 flipping. If you want to see that video, I'll put a link to it right now. But let's keep it simple and just do one product. So first thing you need to do is come to Catalog, Add Products, and then you can scroll down here and search for the product. Now, you can either search for the product title, but if you're flipping products, please search for the UPC code. There are a couple products that have so many variations and versions and junk like that that I have added the wrong product a few times because of that issue. Okay, so I typed in the UPC code. It's right on the UPC code. And now we need to, you can see there's only one listing because I typed in the UPC code. And now this screen also shows you what conditions you can sell a product in. You can see right here, I can sell in every condition, but there are some products you can only sell used. There are also some products you can't sell at all because the brand is restricted or the category. So let's click Sell Yours. And now we can actually create our listing info. First thing it's going to ask us for is the price. So in order to check the price, I will just control click right here, and that will take you to the Amazon's page. Let's do it. Oh no. Control click here, and this will actually load the Amazon page. And now you can see what it's selling for. So it's selling for $29 right now. So let's come back here. Let's type in 29.00. And now we select our condition. This is a new product. And now we select who's going to actually do the fulfillment here. So are you going to ship the product out to the end customer when it sells, or is Amazon going to ship and provide customer service? Okay, I always recommend the second one. I don't know why you would want to ship products out yourself. It's so much work to go to the post office. So with that, that's all I do on this screen unless I'm selling a refurbished or used product. In that case, I'm going to click Advanced View. I am going to come down here and I'm going to, first I got to change the condition to used, and then I can put in a condition note, and at the bottom I can also upload a picture if I want. I always put a condition note. I never put a picture. I just want to tell people why I'm selling this as used. So typically what I'll put is, this product is in brand new, never open condition, but the packaging is slightly damaged, so I'm selling it as used, very good. That's typically what I write, and obviously that's the truth when I'm selling those products, but it just helps me sell those products a lot faster because people see that when they go to purchase your product. And once all that's done, let's go back to New Product, and let's click Save and Finish. Now we get to put in, it's still not done, okay? We still need to put in more info. Now we need to put in the barcode for this product. So I always recommend using the Amazon barcode. And what that means is you're going to print out a sheet like this, and it's going to have all these barcodes on it that you're going to stick onto your product. Okay. Now, you can also use the manufacturer barcode, because the manufacturer barcode, if you're flipping products, you can just use this. You don't have to put anything on here. The problem with that, though, is it saves you a lot of time, but you run the risk of somebody else getting a product that's not yours. Because when you do that, it's called commingled inventory. So let's just say you have 20 people all send in CD players to Amazon, and they use the manufacturer barcode. Amazon's going to then distribute them to whatever warehouses they think are best. And then when somebody buys my CD player, they're not going to send them my CD player, okay? They're going to send them whatever CD player is closest to the end customer, okay? So if another seller sends in a crappy CD player and the end customer gets that one, I can get dinged for it, okay? So that's why I always recommend manufacturer Amazon barcode, because then when you get the product back, you at least know, hey, Amazon, this wasn't my product. Look at what's on the label. So let's click Save and Continue. Now you need to put in the dangerous goods info. And this screen right here is why you never see these videos, okay? This screen and the fact that everybody wants to just sell you a course with this info in it. Okay, because this stuff is so confusing and it's a really gray zone when it comes to Amazon. Because first you need to put the Amazon, what kind of batteries you're using in here. So this one right here, I can see it's got 2 AA batteries in it. So I'm going to select the product requires batteries, which are packaged with the product. Also, the batteries say that they're alkaline on it, which is 1 in a million go at it. And then I'm going to put in AA. But the problem you're going to run into 90% of the time is that you have no clue what kind of batteries are in this product. Generally what I'll do is I'll try and read the packaging. That usually has the best info on it that you're going to get. The problem is you're going to read this info and still probably not have any clue what kind of battery it is. And so what the heck do you put? Because look at all these options here. Like, holy crap, 10 different types of batteries. If you select lithium, look at this. You have number of batteries, battery weight, cells per battery, watts, hours per battery. It's insane. So what I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you what I do, because what you should do is have the right information. Okay, that's what you should do, but I'm going to tell you what I do because I don't always have the right information. So when I don't have the right information, I give it my best guess. Period. That's what I do. I'll spend 2 minutes, give it my absolute best guess, and then I will move on. Okay, again, what you should do is have the absolute right information. And that is why, and now we need to select, if this is a dangerous good or not, okay? Now, there's too many different goods for me to explain them all here, so what you want to do is click this link right here, and it will explain all that stuff for you. But generally what I'm going to tell you is there's really not that many dangerous goods, okay? I have never sent one in. That's all I'm going to say, and I've sold quite a few products since I've been doing this. So I'm going to click No, and then Submit. And now I can actually save and continue, okay? Now the product is actually added into my inventory. Okay, all that work, now it's finally in there. So now it just assumes that you automatically want to create a shipping plan. That is not true at all. You need to add the rest of the products to your inventory before you actually do this. So if I have 10 more products, I'm going to add them all into inventory, and then I'm going to create a shipping plan. So what you would do is X out of this, come back to this screen, type in your next product, and then once you add them all, you're going to create your shipment. Now we're going to actually create a shipment with all the stuff we just added to our inventory. So you're going to come here to Inventory, Manage Inventory, and it takes you to this screen. So you're going to want to select every single product that you just added. They should all be at the top here. You can see that I've done more than one take of this specific I've done more than one take because I bought all these CD players. And then once you've selected them all, you're going to want to come here to this drop down and click Send/Replenish Inventory. Now I need you to bear along with me during this process because every time I load a new page, Amazon puts my store name right in the middle of the page for a second before it pushes it down to the bottom of the page. So I'm going to have to blur a lot of stuff out. There's no better way for me to do it. One other thing I want to mention on this page though is that if you want to get labels to send to your supplier in China, the best way to do that is just to come to this drop down and click Print Item Labels, and you can just send them a PDF of all the item labels. But with that, remember, click here, Send/Replenish Inventory, and I'm going to blur this out and click just that. So we're going to be making a shipment just for these CD players here. And then on the next screen here, we're going to need to choose how are we sending these in. So there's 2 types. First of all, get your address right. And I will get my supplier's address from China if I'm shipping from them, and I'll put that in. But there's 2 types of way you can ship things, case packaged and individual. So case packaged is the easiest one. It essentially means I'm sending a box to Amazon, and in that box, it has a bunch of units of the same product, okay? Individual products means that I'm sending a box to Amazon and it has a bunch of products in it, but they're not all the same products. Okay, there can be 10 or 50 different products in there. So if you're doing private label, it's going to be case packaged. If you're doing arbitrage, it's probably going to be individual. And then you're going to want to click continue to next shipping plan. And then it's going to load for us how many units you want to send in. So right here, we can see that we want to send in, let's just say we're shipping 12 of these into Amazon, and then we're going to click continue. And now it's going to load for us prep, which is the most confusing screen by a mile on this part, because you have to choose if this needs to be prepped, which for a beginner is very confusing. Essentially what you want to do is click choose category here and scroll down and see if your product fits any of these categories. If you do, you probably need some more prep. For example, if you have baby products, you need to take all those products and put them in a bag. So pretty much you need to seal them in a bag. Same thing for a couple of these others. If it's not one of these categories though, you probably don't need any prep. So I'll just close out of that, and I won't have to do anything. There's been a few products I had to send some coffee makers in, and Amazon said I had to bubble wrap those. I don't know why, but I just paid Amazon 50 cents and they bubble wrapped them for me. So with that, we're just going to come down here, we're going to click continue, and we're going to go on to the next screen where it asks us how to print labels. Okay, so here we are going to want to print our labels. So first things, how many labels do you want to print? You can actually print more labels than you need in case you make mistakes. You need to select who's going to label them. So you can pay Amazon 20 cents per unit to put labels on your packaging. Again, you get to decide whether you want to do that or not. Usually I do them myself, and if that's the case, you're going to need to do two things. One, you're going to need to go get some 30-up label paper from Amazon. I have a link in the description to the stuff I buy, but you can just go buy this paper from Amazon, and you can just print your labels on there. So I'm using 30-up label paper. I select that, and then I'll click print labels for this page, and it will actually download a PDF for you that you just need to put this paper into your printer, and then you click print labels and it will print it on there. It's very simple once you actually have the 30-up paper in hand. So you'll click print labels, it'll download that PDF for you right here, and then print that. So now we need to move on to the next screen here, which is us actually taking a look at our shipments here. So this is a part where I can save you some money here. So we can see here, Amazon's actually created two different shipments for us. And we can take a look at the shipments here. We can see the shipment contests. So it's created two shipments for us. One is going to Sacramento, California with 2 units. The other one is going to North Carolina with 10 units. And we know they all have CD players in them because that's all we're sending. But you can click view shipping contents and it will show you all of that. You see we've got 2 CD players. Highly recommend that you name these shipments, okay? For this, I'd probably just name 2 CD players, California, okay? Because you're going to get an email when these actually arrive, and I want to know what's in. When I get this email, I want to know what the heck actually hit Amazon. If you just leave it with a boring name, you're never going to know what hit Amazon when you get that email. So I'm going to create the names for these. This is 10 CD players, North Carolina, and there you go. Now you just need to approve your shipments, okay? Because Amazon is telling you right now that it wants you to send 2 shipments. One's going to North Carolina, one's going to California, okay? And there is not a good way. Everybody wants to ship every single one of their things to the same warehouse. The problem is that's just not going to happen because certain warehouses specialize in certain things. If you are sending in some big products, those go to warehouses that specifically specialize in big products. When I sent out those $700 speakers, they almost always went to California because apparently California has a warehouse that deals with large stuff, okay? Again, most of my stuff goes to North Carolina. but there's not really a good strategy to consolidate them all into one shipment. So you're going to click Approve Shipment. I'm actually going to show you how you can actually send all this in one shipment. So now you see that we have two shipments to work on. Let's go ahead and work on one, and I'm going to show you how to combine them into one so you save yourself some shipping money. So first things, a couple tips. You can change the name of the shipment here, and you're going to use these all of the time to actually go back and change things when you make mistakes. Use these, it'll take you back to those pages that you've already been to. You can also change the shipping address, okay? Now you want to come down here and you click this button and you can see the shipping contents. We've got 10 CD players in there. Here you can actually adjust the quantity for that and without getting charged any extra money. You can see right here it says you can modify the quantity by 5% or 6 units, whichever is greater. So in this situation, I can make this 16 units and be okay. But you see if I make it 17, it's going to throw an error and say, hey, you can't do that. So if I make this 12, boom, I just combine everything into one shipment and I save myself shipping a box all the way to California, which is quite a ways from here. So now we can also print labels still for this, again, on this page. And now we get to the actual shipping part. So you are going to buy and pay for all of your shipping labels here. Okay, when you go to the FedEx store, the UPS store, and drop your stuff off, or they can come pick it up from you. You don't pay for anything there. You just drop it off because you've already paid for it here. Okay, so I always use FedEx because FedEx has always been cheaper for me because I live in Memphis and the FedEx headquarters is in Memphis. So no surprise, it's cheaper. And then we come down here and we want to select how do we want to ship everything in. Do we want to ship it all in one box or in multiple boxes? And what this means is that we've got all this stuff right here. Are we going to be able to fit all this in one box or do we need to ship it in multiple boxes? Okay, the way to save money shipping on Amazon is to ship everything in as few as boxes as possible. And that means you're going to want heavy boxes. Your boxes can weigh up to 50 pounds, okay? So get your boxes up to like 47 pounds and then send them in. Don't send in to like 10 or 15 pound boxes if you don't have to. It's going to cost you a lot more. So we're going to put everything in. We should easily be able to fit these 12 CD players in one box. And then we're going to put in our information, okay, for our box weight and dimensions. If you want to see the scale I use, it's really nice because it's got batteries. I got a link to that in the description also. And then we click confirm. And successful, our box info has been submitted. And now we can actually calculate shipping costs. So this is how much it's going to cost us to ship this box. See, this box is costing me $5.07. I promise you if I went to FedEx today and said I want to ship this box, it would cost me $20 or more. And it's insane how much cheaper it is on here to ship stuff. So now we'll click accept charges, and it's going to actually, at this point, like we've accepted the charges, okay? Now we have paid for it. And then the good news is you can void this for up to 24 hours. So I'm going to void this when I get done recording the video. And now you just print box labels, okay? And that's it. You'll print the box labels. What I'll do is I just tape them on, okay? So I have a box. Here's the box label. I put it on the box, and I put clear tape all over the top of it so you can still see what's written on here, but I got tape all over it. A couple of tips when it comes to boxes, okay? Make sure that your boxes are square, okay? If they're not actually square or rectangle, when you take them to the store, they're going to be like, hey, we can't take this. This is going to get caught on our automated equipment, and we can't ship this. And then you're going to have to pay for another box or come home and fix it. It's a huge pain in the butt, and it's cost me a lot of time. Also, when it comes to shipping labels, when you have send product in, you need to make sure there's only one scannable barcode that you can see. So if you're using the manufacturer barcode, you should only have the UPC code showing. That is it. You need to take 30 up labels like this and just peel them off and cover up the rest of the labels that you can scan. Because when Amazon gets there's a lot of things these days have like 5 scannable codes on them. And if Amazon gets it and they're like, what the hell, there's so many scannable codes. I've never had this to me, but I've seen it happen to other YouTubers, where Amazon is just going to say, hey, we can't do this. You need to send this shit back to you and fix it. So that's some advice for you. You need to take 30 up labels and cover up everything except for the one label that they're actually supposed to use. And that's it. You're going to hit complete shipment and send the shipment off. It's that simple. I hope you guys have learned a lot from this video. Let me know if I'm sure there's some questions you still have. Put them in the comments so I can answer them for you. And hit that subscribe button.